That's Mike Stone. I have to tell you, this is going to be a big broadcast today because not only is Stoney wearing the first baseball hat ever produced, if you're watching this on video, Mike.
Hey.
Is that hat straight from 93?
Oh, no, it's earlier than that. It's my alma mater. Have to rep the American University Eagles.
Also, I can tell you factually that out of nowhere in show prep, Stoney grunted and slammed his computer down.
Yes.
So that's Mike Stone.
It was amazing.
Right. I know. It wasn't bad. Before we start, by the way. Okay.
How can I be of service?
You were here yesterday. I worked in the morning. Our compatriots over there, Kenny and Hatchet, they did not work. David, what did you do this weekend? Excuse me?
Wait. Say that in Nona's good ear.
See, you missed it. You weren't here on Friday. We were setting you up for that one. Otto does an update. Otto does the update about the signing, and he added a letter in Bo Bichette's name.
Unbelievable.
Stoney and I looked at each other like, did he say that?
I don't know what he said.
Did he just say what he said?
He said
It was a
Bo
real
Bichette.
Dan Band moment. We all looked at each other. He was like, did he say that?
Will Ferrell at the wedding. Frank the Tank. Wait, no, he didn't say it. No.
Yeah. And we also referenced the
God.
Pittsburgh Pirates owner. Remember that, Dave? That was pretty interesting.
I don't even want to know. Because I know his name, and that's
Oh, yeah.
We were talking payroll.
Yes, we were talking payroll.
All right. Well, David, at what point does that make its way to the drop board? I will tell you.
Yes, we decided.
Poor Jeremy, too. We played one drop, and then he's like, oh, wow.
I know. But suddenly the Bichette drop is an early 13 seed with a chance to rise.
Hey, that's right up there with the old Rod Allen one.
Oh, I know.
Oh, my. Okay.
I mean, do you pair? I'm like asking a question, but I'm the one making the pairings with David. Do we pair the Bichette one with the Adam Eaton one and have them in a play? You know, I mean,
you can. I want to remind you, it's January 20th.
I know.
We have a little bit of time.
I know.
For the pairings.
How are you, Michael?
I'm good. We're going to get to the Lions OC hire because, look, I had great traffic with it yesterday, but again, 80% of people weren't working. You weren't here. I want to dive into that. Mm-hmm. We'll do it at 3. Mm-hmm. Can we start with college football for a second, or whatever the hell I watched last night? Because that's not college football.
Well,
okay. I have 2 takeaways from this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not asking you to react any which way. I could be totally out to lunch. One is, while the story of like, wow, Indiana just won a championship is awesome, and I am happy for their fans. Watching last night, it really does strike you like, well, that's not Miami and that's not Indiana. It's just mercenaries that wear laundry, as Kenny likes to say. Like, are we sure Indiana's good for the sport? Meaning, Rico always says this, and I agree with him wholeheartedly. They've ruined it for everybody. Like now, anytime you hire a coach, you're comping it to, well, Signetti did it, and that's not repeatable. And the other thing is, are we sure what's good for the sport is shopping for only 22 and 23-year-old football players? Because that's Indiana. Like, they basically took everything about college and threw it in the garbage. And we're like, Stoney, you've raised children, which is a miracle. David, you're a dad. Like, when you're 18, the difference between 18 and 22 or 18 and 23 is a lifetime.
Oh, yeah.
So all Indiana did was, we're going to get a bunch of old people. That's not college football. That's Mike Stone. That's one that bothered me. But let me give you the other one. And then take this wherever you want to go, Mike.
Okay.
Last night felt like I was watching a bad welfare version of NFL football. That's what last night felt like. It didn't feel like college. I just struggled with it. And look, I didn't have a dog in the fight. I mean, podcast, I had Miami getting 8.5. Okay, yippee, cash ticket. The point is, that's not what I want to watch. And it was January 19th. Mike, the end of the season was 2 months ago.
Right. There were more playoff games in the NFL in between the time from when the semifinals were. That I agree with you. The thing about the age, it's true. but they aren't the only team that's doing it. And as far as the game itself, the first half was a little, a defensive game. Not much was going on, obviously. But the second half was really, really exciting. And I've gotten to the point with college football, even when I go and, watch Michigan or whoever I'm watching, I don't sit there with the bad stuff in my mind. I'm just there for the event and to root or cheer for the team that I want to win. Well, last night I kind of wanted Indiana, but I didn't care that much. I wasn't betting on the game, but it was thrilling. It was exciting. I wasn't sitting there saying, oh, God, Mendoza's 22. Oh, God, Pons is whatever age. I mean, I don't sit there and do that. I just watch for entertainment. And it was the second half was fabulous.
So I want to ask the people, what was your takeaway last night? Did you even watch the national title game? Because this thing is so out of whack as far as January 19th. That's got to stop. But two, you watched it. I'm giving you a simple homework assignment is tell me what your takeaway was while watching. Because I'm not asking you to hate it the way I do. I want to sincerely understand because that wasn't college football. I mean, Carson Beck, the quarterback at Miami, hasn't gone to class in 2 years.
Correct.
And all jokes about UNC and no-show classes. I'm being sincere. He hasn't gone to class in 2 years.
And he knows it. He's talked about it.
Right, but what college football's turning to is old guy who won't get job. Like, that's all this is. It's a sea of Hunter Dickinsons. Guys who aren't good enough to go pro, and we're just going to stick around a while. And I don't like that. Because what it takes away is, you end up at a place there, and you go, all right, I'm watching guys that are older than Drake May still playing in college.
Well, yeah, that's wrong. And on the surface, I definitely agree with you. Look, we've had, ones before, like there were weird ones like Chris Wenke and things like that.
Yeah, I was 27.
Yeah, I know.
Brandon Whedon.
But once the game starts,
you're able to compartmentalize.
You sit there and think about that stuff?
No, I do, but that's a me thing.
Okay.
And that's okay.
Right, yeah.
I'm totally happy to be called whatever. I mean, you do this for a living, you're going to get called names like
I'm watching a kid who should still be in high school, and Tony just looked like unbelievable.
Well, that's the other thing. The reclassifications and all the early enrollee stuff.
Look,
I mean, it's wrong at both ends.
They need somebody to actually run the sport, and and the basketball too, but particularly in this case, college football. But that's never going to happen, unfortunately. And this is what we have. And for Michigan and Michigan State fans, that gives does last night give you hope? Because anything can happen.
No, I have no hope.
Why?
Because we don't have Mark Cuban. That's the other problem.
Yeah, but you have that guy who I forget his name.
Yeah. MSU just took a line cook from Culver's. I mean, come on, man.
What's the guy's name who they made a big deal about with the
Greg Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's not translating to human beings. We just recruited a punter from Kangaroo College. Please. No, I have no hope.
Okay.
None. I don't think what Indiana's done is repeatable. Now, sustainability, it just comes down to how many boats and how many hoes you have.
Yeah, but
that's all it is.
But look at what he did also. Now, I'm not the hugest Getty fan. He's a psycho. But most of the players that made significant, contributions were his own guys from James Madison.
That was year one.
Yeah.
This is now. Look, he's an elite evaluator. The point I'm making is they have the money. They had the cheat code. They pulled it off, but it doesn't give me any hope because unless you're willing to spend about $40 million a year, your only hope is try to repeat the one time it's ever happened. I mean, Oregon has danced around it for 15 years.
Correct.
Indiana's done more in 2 years than they have. I can't repeat that. Look, I understand this is the reality of college football. I'm not asking you guys to love it or hate it. I'm giving you my takeaway.
Right.
I told you from the beginning, Mikey, I don't want to watch pseudo NFL football. And that's what last night felt like.
I didn't feel that, but I understand all the peripheral stuff. I tend to agree with you on that they need some sort of freaking control, whether it's a salary cap, whether it's an age cap.
Are we talking baseball or college football?
Well, the same thing. Or, how many years are you actually allowed to play? in a weird way, I'm kind of glad that the NCAA went against Trinidad Chambliss, because it's,
But guess what? They'll lose.
Of course,
They're going to get sued.
Of course they'll lose.
They'll lose.
Yes.
It's all the same. You're going to have, Diego Pavia is probably back next year, and we don't even know it.
Yes.
Year 12. But what was your takeaway? Is Indiana good for the sport? Is that the product you want to watch? Do you have any of the takeaways we have? Or maybe you're like Mike. It was football. It's a Monday night. It was something to watch, and you're able to separate from the reality and just be entertained. 248-539-9797. David, Kenny, I'm going to come to you guys in a minute. We'll get the phone calls, ticket text, 3 o'clock, Lions OC hire. And as I did yesterday, all I can do is provide you, in this instance, a level of nuance and just some facts. You can do whatever you like. But I'd be real careful firebombing this hire when the same group of hyenas was busy sponge bathing John Morton with their mouth last year, okay? We're on a fall off for Ben Johnson, gobbledygook. And I'm like, I don't know, man.
And did those people even know that Ben Johnson was the Lions tight end coach before he was even given the offensive coordinator job?
That's Mike Stone. 248-539-9797. Also, shout out Jeremy Otto.